There is no shortage of change. There's only so much change that we hear on a public forum. And I have to say, as a mortgage professional, there's change every day. Each and every day, lenders are coming out with new and innovative ways. With interest rates where they are today, over half of their mortgage payment goes directly into their principal. It's going into the equity, and that gives you nothing but options. As we acquire our first home, life happens. Maybe we get blessed with growing our family. And in getting access to growing our family, we need to move up the property ladder. It's a lot easier to do that when half of your mortgage payment is going towards your principal. We see people being able to access their equity for a variety of reasons. We see them able to access equity to renovate their homes to their specifications as they age. We see them being able to transfer wealth to their children if they want to help their children own. Also, as Canadians, I mean, it's no surprise that we accumulate outside debt as our lifestyle changes or our health changes rapidly. And with that in mind, you can actually access the equity in your home to get rid of the outside debt. We recently had someone that we talk about this week on the mortgage show that we save $1,400 a month by breaking their existing mortgage and incorporating their outside debt. And in doing that allows them to qualify for a $300,000 larger mortgage to help their growing family. So it's all about that continual education, that continual empowering, and making sure that we have our equity, our assets, and everything that's going on around us that's within our control, working to our best advantage. I can tell you that right now we have 1,000 Canadians, British Columbians, retiring each and every week. And for the last 30 years, we've had an option called the CHIP Home Income Reverse Mortgage. And I can tell you that in the last 2 years, we've had 2 other lenders come into this space. Now, a reverse mortgage is for anyone over 55 that wants to access the capital in their home, that allows them to not have to qualify for a mortgage through a stress test and traditional income, and they can access the equity in their home with no mortgage payment and no tax implications, so they can still protect themselves and receive all the other benefits that they've worked so hard for in this country. So knowing that we have what they call the gray tsunami coming, we're seeing lenders entering this space, bringing back programs to help Canadians access their equity and have options without having to sacrifice their lifestyle as much as they felt they may have had. I can tell you most times in the news when we hear about mortgage insurers, which allows Canadians to purchase a home with less than 20%, most of us are familiar with CMHC. However, what's less talked about and what has brought in wonderful competition for our marketplace to help Canadians are the other 2 Canadian insurers. And these other 2 Canadian insurers over the years have brought premiums down for Canadians and opened up guidelines. Now, you may have heard that we've had amortizations in Canada right up to 40%, and that we've had 0 down payment options. While I don't foresee those options coming, what I can tell you is that the Canadian mortgage insurers are very financially strong, and they have enough to pay out every single mortgage that they have ever insured in the country. And with that ability, they're coming to government and OSFI, and they're saying we're comfortable in the Canadian mortgage space. And just prior to COVID being called a pandemic, they actually had a first reading with OSFI to be able to relax some of the guidelines, propose more regional solutions for Canadians. And as long as there's always these challenger brands, these challenger opportunities available in the Canadian space, and Canadians are incredibly diligent and resilient with paying their mortgage payments, this opportunity of other companies coming in will always provide opportunities and keep pricing and opportunity flourishing for Canadians. So while we may be tempted to be a little bit shaken about things that we hear about the news, what you have to remember is that everybody's journey is different. And with all the options that we have today, we may hear about more of the newsworthy options, but with over 90 different lenders, 3 Canadian Canadian insurers and all the opportunities that they're seeing to adapt to our changing demographics here in the Lower Mainland, know that Canadian lenders are very aware of the resiliency of Canadians and want to provide empowering solutions that are unique to them.